Hey everyone, my name's Rob. I chose to do my paper on 5 TV shows that I watch pretty regularly: Mad Men, Hell on Wheels, The Walking Dead, Dexter, and Sons of Anarchy. I chose to analyze them over race, ethnicity, sex, gender, and sexuality. Um, I chose Mad Men basically because it was a period piece. Um, it allows you to sort of analyze what it would have been like, the interactions. I mean, back in the 50s and 60s between men, women, and people of different races, and the fact that all the sexual harassment that went on, and how men took more of a instrumental role on society, and also certain characters like Don, the main character, Don Draper, showed more of a like crystalline intelligence, and just overall the differences between the culture now and what it was like back then. And I also use the same principles in analyzing my other show, Hell on Wheels, which is sort of similar, but it's based on the 1800s, when they were building the railroad through the American West and Kansas, Colorado, all that. But a lot of the same issues could kind of be correlated to Mad Men, just a little bit different. There was more uh, class, mm, uh, I guess, how can you say it? Class differences between the whites and blacks, and then the women holding certain statuses. Most of, the women that were out there were prostitutes, and the other women were like, it was, the owner of the railroad's wife, and the other guy's a girlfriend or whatever. And I also chose to analyze The Walking Dead, just because it would be sort of cool to see how people would try and assimilate to life after everything ended, and now they're going through all these different, turmoils and problems, and they're having to work with people that they never thought they'd have to work with. I mean, there's brothers in there that are pretty hillbilly, and they're pretty racist. In the beginning of the show, you could definitely tell that. And then when they got split up, the one younger brother seemed a little bit more genuine and kind, and he's slowly, transitioning himself into a good member of the group instead of being so backwards, if you will. I also chose to do Sons of Anarchy, just because of the differences and the race and ethnicity and all the sex that's involved in that show too. But it's just sort of uh, cool how they interact, and how there's a lot of problems between all the different biker gangs. From the blacks, Mexicans, the Asians, all the different gangs, and they're all fighting together, running drugs and guns and illegal stuff. And I don't know, it's just sort of cool to see how more of the criminal side um, operates. And then, last but not least, my favorite show on TV, Dexter. I chose this because he's more of he's kind of like an outsider looking in. Um, he's he always says that he lacks the certain emotion, the human emotion that most people say, or most people feel, and he's constantly talking about that, and it the show kind of makes you challenge your own perspective on how we interact, because he's an outsider looking in, basically. And he let's see here. Oh, and also the diverse cast. I mean, he has to interact with his fellow lab geek buddy, this Asian dude, and then his sister also works there, and then there's some Latinos that work there, and I don't know. It's just overall great, from the great writing, great storytelling, and that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.